Hi! Today we'll be learning how to play a C major scale on the viola. Now, we are learning one octave versions of the scale, but you actually have two different octaves that are both all in first position. So we're going to learn both of them today, and as your class is practicing the one octave C major scale, you're welcome to alternate between the two different octaves. Let's start with the one that starts on the G string. This is the upper octave of the two that we're going to be learning today, and this is the same one that the violins will be playing. Now we're going to start on the third finger on the G string, and a good way to make sure that that note is in tune when we start, which is very important, is to play up from the open G string. So if we play like that, that gives us kind of a sense of what the C should sound like. You can also try playing your open C and make sure they sound in tune together. So the first note of this scale is the note C, which is third finger. Then we're going to play open D. Then we're going to play first finger E. Then our low second finger, F natural. Those fingers should be pretty close together, almost touching. Then you're going to stretch a whole step to the third finger, which is G. Then open A. First finger B. And again, low second finger for C. Now, descending the scale, going down, if you can, it's a good idea to play fourth finger instead of the open strings. So we're going to start with the C natural, play B, first finger, then we're going to stretch our fourth finger for A, whole step then to G, third finger, low second finger, F natural, E, and then fourth finger, and then C. Now those fourth finger notes are quite a bit of a stretch on the viola especially, so if your fourth finger is not quite ready to stretch that far, then it's acceptable to use the open strings instead of the fourth finger, but I'd like you to try and get to the point where you can play fourth finger instead. Now let's learn the lower octave of the scale, which is actually a little bit easier because it's the same fingering that we use for the D major scale starting on the open string, or the G major, which you probably have already learned. So we're going to start on the open C string, play first finger D, second finger, not low second finger, but just normal high second finger E, and then third finger is F, then we play G, we play A, first finger, B is second finger, and this is B natural, but it is not low second finger, it's high second finger, and then finally C is third finger, and then descending, eventually you'll combine those two scales together into a two-octave version, but for now, well, the other instruments, some of them are learning just one octave of the C major scale. You're welcome to alternate in between. Next, we're going to play the scale with a drone. So we've got our drone set to the note C, which is the fundamental note of the scale. We call that the tonic. It's the note that the scale starts on. And this will help us to tune the scale. And as we play with the drone, it's a good idea to use nice long bows and play really nice and slow. And that'll also help you with bow control, which is a lot harder playing slow bows than playing faster bows. So let's go ahead and start with the lower octave on the open C string. Play along with me. ensure that they're in tune as I train my ear for how the scale sounds with the drone. So next we're going to be playing the scale with a beat, and it's got some pitch to it as well. So it's similar to playing it with the drone, but it's going to have some more groove to it. Again, we'll start with the lower octave, and we're going to go 4 beats in each measure. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and. Let's try that upper octave now. 2, ready, and. As soon as you have memorized the fingerings for the C major scale, you can move on to practicing it with 4-beat rhythms and bowing patterns, and then eventually increase the tempo, playing it in half notes, in quarter notes, and then 1/8 notes and 16th notes. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoy practicing the C major scale.
Ain't